How's it going, my lovely Death Disciples? I am the Shadow Reaper, and today we are going to continue our Little Hope Let's Play. Now, you may be wondering why I'm at this screen and not just in the game already. Well, it's because I did kind of have a little bit of a feeling of something, but I wasn't entirely sure, and it only got confirmed like the moment that I did Daniel's decision. And I may have also done a little bit of research on it, but basically what I have to do is I kind of have to go back to Taylor's event again, and the choice I will make, you'll probably understand what it is that I'm trying to do, and you'll probably figure out what it is I'm doing. Anyway, so other than that, we have come across a whole bunch of secrets over in the factory. We had been learning about how the Reverend Carver had basically been doing everything he could to convince that Mary lived under his care by getting rid of all of the people that have been taking care of her, by getting rid of Tabitha, by getting rid of Daniel's double back in the Little Hope witch trial days, and also then pointing suspicion at Abraham. And we kind of got an idea of how everybody was suspecting Mary was the one behind everybody's witch trials, because it was her word that was used, in a sense, to get everything started. But at the same time, the priest was the one condemning everyone, or the reverend. And the judge, Judge Wyman, had actually started to feel some regret for using Mary's testimonies against all of these people, really. So, we've been getting all of these connections, but we're gonna go back to Taylor's moment, and I'll be right back once we do get there.
That's Crash that got us here.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Where is my... Oh no, okay. There we go. Shaved. And...
Taylor! Where are you?
Don't follow the movement.
Taylor!
Follow the sound.
Taylor! That you?
Should still be alive.
Hold on to me. Whatever happens, do not let go!
It's kind of unfortunate for you because...
Leave me! Get out of here with the others!
Hold on to me!
Bearing updated, Taylor told Daniel to leave her while fighting for her life. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Be gone, you! Be gone, I say! Double freak!
What the fuck was that?
Oh. Okay. I guess that didn't really change a whole lot, actually. I've expected a little bit more. Free spirit on our own demons have been achieved. Okay.
Let's check that out. It'll get us out of these damn woods, and we can talk on the way.
Once again, just act like nothing even happened. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording here, and then we'll continue onwards. Oh, oops. I may have actually just missed a premonition somehow, thinking that this was supposed to be a way inside their own building, but let's check it out, shall we? Oh. Okay, good things to come, it seems. Pressed into silence. Oh. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I got an achievement, but I didn't read it. I don't think I want to view that premonition again, sorry to say. I'll just be putting that back. Oh, and another thing I may have missed. Mayor Hill's land deal fears protests will surely escalate as closure looms. Am I able to investigate, or is that it? Guess that's it. And another thing I missed, oh. Well, isn't that an appealing, vote Carver for Mayor 666 for our future prosperity, Samuel Carver. Well, if that ain't possibly an idea that maybe everything is just the Carver family's fault, I don't know what is. But, can I take it off and look at the back, or no? Okay. Oh, hang on there. Definitely more I missed over here, because I didn't go further down the hall. Oh, what is this? In the factory. Factory closure. East County Commission factory closure. The factory has been closed due to liquidation of Little Hope Textiles Ltd. Don't know what that means. Following several incidents since the closure, the factory has been placed off limits. Attempts to enter the premises will be treated as criminal trespass. Any former workers wishing to retrieve property can contact our office at 555-6686. Well, that's very, conveniently, just, you know. Also, that anti-drug ad. Dope. Don't do it. Last seen 5:50 p.m. Is there really nothing else on this closure thing? Nothing at all? Weird. And here I was hoping for a secret. Apparently all of these are just to fake me out. That's so mean of them, really. It's too cruel. Now how do I get out of the room? Considering that that was just a fake thing to examine for me. Oh well. Anyway. Be right back. Okay, and we're back to where we originally left off. And, and don't worry, I made the same decision for Daniel. And again, you will see why I did it. Okay, well, maybe I won't just... See, there was a hint left by the narrator guy who likes to judge me for every single thing that I do, that we have to face our own demons, and that is when I realized that after Daniel was facing his demon...
You okay, Daniel?
That...
Where the fuck has he got to?
I realized I should have had Taylor do the same thing.
Please answer me!
Stay cool. We'll get him back.
So that's kind of why I went back to redo Taylor's decision, because she needed to face her demon alone, or at least make the decision to, even though it didn't really change any sort of scenery or whatever. With Taylor, it didn't add more quick time events for her. It was kind of the same, but anyway, so that's why I changed the decision. And for Daniel, kept the decision the same, and now we're just looking for him.
Daniel? Where are you, buddy?
Daniel?
Andrew! Hey!
That's his voice.
You guys!
I'm up here!
Boy,
Ah,
am I happy to see you.
At least I'm not the only one damp and disheveled. Oh my god. Thought I'd lost you.
Can't get rid of me that easy.
oh, we know. But the trouble's not over yet. Anyway, so, also wanted to make note, ye of little faith for thinking Angela wasn't coming back. I knew all along she
And
was
have you
going to come
spotted that
back.
kid, Mary?
I've known these horror movie tropes.
Not seen her.
Anyway, things to examine. What secrets will I uncover? Oh. Secret found. Old car. An old car with a familiar-looking sun symbol on its hood. The sun charm found in the graveyard is the same symbol as the sun found on the hood of the car. Oh. An old sun charm found near a bench in the graveyard. The sun symbol found on an old car matches the charm. This was found near the Clark grave, and I think this was on Tanya's grave, or near it, from the bench. So Vince must have left it there, and that has to be his car. Alright. Actually, it does kind of look the same as the one in the intro. Not that I would really know, but... I mean, I didn't get a really good look at it, but... There's apparently more on the back to figure out, so let's see what we can find, shall we? Look, I need something to give me a little bit of ease between the quick time events. Oh, well, isn't that charming? Burned in Hell newspaper clipping. A clipping that shows Anthony Clark walking free from the police station. The words "burn in hell" are scribbled over it. The words "I've lost everything" were found in a cell of the police station where Anthony was held. Oh, okay. So this leads to this. Anthony was held in the police station when he was arrested after the fire that killed his family. That we know. But that begs the question. Anthony is the lookalike for Andrew. So why do we have Andrew here if Anthony should still be alive?
We'll try to forget I just saw this.
Released Mr. Clark leaving the little... Well, you could forget all you want, but I'm keeping this in my databanks. Mr. Clark leaving the Little Hope Police Department yesterday. A line has been drawn under the tragic case of the Clark House fire. Onlookers watched as Anthony Clark, the only survivor of the blaze, was released from police. Thursday afternoon, one onlooker said, "That poor boy. He must be going through hell right now." The Herald approached Mr. Clark for a comment, but he is not. Blamed Clark, who was found with a box of matches in his hands at the scene, for causing the fire. When Clark left the Little Hope Police Department, passers-by were heard to burn in hell. Okay, so there's that. Nothing else in the back, it looks like. Just gonna leave all that stuff to be stolen by any passerbys. Not that there would be any passerbys since we're the only people here. And Vince. So I don't think Vince is too concerned. There's Mary.
Stay on your toes.
Or Megan.
Anything good?
Bearing updated, the girl was seen in the backyard of the ruined house. House from the beginning. Damn you, Mary, and you're being freaky and shit. What have we got this time?
No one in Little Hope is safe while you still draw breath, Joseph. You must die today. Not even your wife Amy was spared your lust to serve Satan.
Damn me if you must. You're not fit. Speaking of my late wife.
There is still fight in you. I must drive the devil out for the safety of everyone here.
You are the devil, if anybody.
Joseph, do you renounce the devil and all his teachings?
I carry no sin. I'm no disciple of the devil. Our town is infected with madness. Brought here by Satan's servants.
We have to stop this.
Get away!
Bearing updated, the group tried to grab the puppet from Mary, but she resisted.
You give me that!
Look! See how this poor child is tormented. Joseph still clutches her with the devil's hand. More stones! The devil must be crushed from within him. Do not flinch. The fate of Little Hope rests in your hands.
Well, clearly you haven't been doing a very good job concerning how many people you've executed and nothing's changed. Oh, I thought everybody disappeared.
What happened? Tell me.
We don't have a lot of time.
Time for what?
Until Joseph's demon comes along.
I'm tired of running.
Are you crazy? We gotta move!
Okay,
John, please hurry!
we are of water, deeper understanding. Bearing updated, Angela urged John to hurry when confronted by demons outside the ruined house. Alright.
Come on, you fucking ready!
In the leg! Or the kneecap. Kneecap's way better, actually. In the chest! Oh, that's really painful. That's a low blow. Okay, and Angela. For her demon. What? Really? No.
Angela!
In the face. All the Angela parts are bullshit. Andrew, you're supposed to let him handle it himself. That's how it works.
How's that feel, fucker?
I think he knows how it feels. He's your double, and you saw him die. Sharing updated, wait, what just happened? Angela escaped the monster's clutches. Andrew told his lookalike Abraham that Mary was a victim. Nope.
Get inside!
Come on.
Get in here!
Okay.
We gotta go! Like now! This thing is only interested in me!
Happy
Get
birthday.
out of here! Go!
During update, John told Andrew to leave him as the demon pounded on the door.
I'll hold it back!
You can get away! Escape! I did! You don't have to do this!
This is stupid! Get out of there!
Is it gone? I don't see it anymore. Where in God's name are we now?
Place looks like it burned down.
Yeah.
Something here isn't right.
Something isn't right is this shitty town's motto.
So I'm just gonna say it. I hope that, the QuickTime events did not, affect Angela's outcome for this, because I did choose the heroic option for her. Oh, premonition. Okay, let's see how this goes. Can't be anything bad, right? Oh, it's a witch. Hello. Oh. Rope. I don't see a rope on this bitch. Also, who was that? Well, it looked like that was the special one. But who was that? Seriously. Who was that person supposed to be? Alright. Got one more place of secrets, it looks like. Better find them all. No stone unturned, no place unchecked, eyes wide open. Although, what is this supposed to have me inspect it? Wait. Yeah, that's Taylor's tire swing. Right there. So, yep, I guess it just wanted to freak me out a little bit more by reminding me that Taylor does have a tire swing. Yep, I knew it. Oh, come on. And there's Tabitha. Hi, Tabitha. How you doing? It's been not long enough, honestly. Do we see it again? Or nope, we don't. Anyway, any other things I have yet to see? Oh, hey, Megan or Mary, whichever one you are. Bearing update, the girl was seen again inside the house heading upstairs. Well, okay, you wait on that, Megan. Because Big Brother, at least in this, Big Brother Andrew Anthony has more things to investigate, and just wait. James and Anne, 4th of November, 1948. A wedding photo of James and Anne. James worked at the factory. And yeah, there it is. James can be seen sitting in the front of the picture, yep.
You're gonna want to see this.
Angela and I were married.
This makes less and less sense.
Kinda awkward, yeah. Oh, another thing to examine. The modern guide to successful parenting, Dr. Anders Vogel, SFT Publishing. Nothing on the back, but what's inside?
Maybe if we had kids of our own, none of this would be happening.
Oh, they weren't their kids. Parents unhappy with their own upbringing can overcompensate. They might not want their children to feel the same as they do about their own parents. They yearn to be friends with their offspring. So parents accept theories that encourage love as a solution to conflict. This leads to the belief that if their children misbehave, they should not be angry or punish them, but instead indulge in even greater displays of love. Spoiling a child in this way has grave consequences. Children become demanding and disagreeable. Parents suppress anger at their children's behavior, but cannot keep a lid on their frustration until they've exploded, frightening and confusing the children. The parents feel guilty and at a loss of what to do, feeding a new cycle of misbehavior. The problem lies with the parents trying to be patient when patience is exhausted and the child needs correction. They are indecisive or irresolute when firmness is required. If no one corrects him, the child will only escalate his behavior until his provocations become so serious that his parents snap. Interruption restores peace temporarily, but there is a danger in the aftermath. Parents who feel guilty at losing their temper forget to give their child time to endure his punishment. Instead, they attempt to undo the correction by easing penalties. Discipline requires consistency. Both parents must hold the line against a rebellious child, and punishments followed through. Should one parent relax their discipline because of laziness or guilt, they leave an opening for a naughty child to exploit. Setting limits. Parents must set limits, and indeed, a child prefers his parents to be firm, provided they are also fair. This is essential training in getting on with other people. Without it, the child believes the world will conform to their demands and tantrums. Such spoiled children are often shocked by the real world and cannot cope in an environment that doesn't indulge their whims. They face becoming unpopular or learning the hard way how to socialize with others. Makes sense. Secret found. An old book titled The Modern Guide to Successful Parenting. The pages talk about discipline and bad manners. The fire was caused by a child's toy. Who was the focus of the discipline? I think we have an idea. The Clark family appears to have been happy prior to the tragedy. The family going through a difficult time had a book on how to discipline children. A poster for a rock and roll gig featuring a guitarist who resembles Daniel. More than one child was out of control. Who was the focus of the discipline? Parents must actively intervene in establishing limits. A child that balks can be forced to do what's asked of them, whether it's stop them drawing or turning the TV off. A well-adjusted parent can stand up to their children while maintaining friendly relations. Be firm in the face of refusal or yelling. In time, the child will learn where the boundaries of the acceptable behavior lie. Bad manners. As he progresses towards adolescence, a child is apt to lose his manners. He talks tough, leaves his shoelaces untied, and arrives at the dinner table with dirty hands. Many things are happening here. He's adopting models of behavior of other kids his age and asserting his independence. He's fine with this behavior. Parents imagine the child has forgotten all they've taught him, but he hasn't. He knows good behavior from bad, or he wouldn't rebel against it. Parents should understand that their child is growing up normally. Angry feelings from a child are normal. Parents should acknowledge these without excusing misbehavior. A child needs to understand the difference between hostile feelings and hostile actions. The basis of well-adjusted behavior is the ability to recognize feelings and decide how to act on them. Some boys may show no open rebelliousness, while girls show less bad manners than boys. Attentive parents can detect a change of attitude. They may... where is my mouse? Hello? Okay, I'm gonna pick that book up again. Or not use it. Hello, Amy. How you doing, girl? But, you know, just like the last one, I'm pretty sure I can still pick up the book without any problems whatsoever, especially since Amy is specifically after Angela. Okay, let's see if I can open another page without the mouse disappearing. Okay, let's move to the next page. Oh, there's nothing after this one. Okay, yeah, there's nothing after that page. So, we definitely have an idea that this was for, Daniel's triple. Whatever his name was. I can't quite remember it. But, anyway. I think they're all converging onto this place here. So, wait, I can't progress to the other side of this. There's a secret over there. How do I get over there? I need to figure it out. Ah, this way. That makes sense. Oh no, wait, that was the premonition. Right. Okay, and that's... I see. So now we're gonna follow Megan upstairs. Oh, wait. What's gonna happen if I try this? Figures. Just let the demons in. Hello, hi, we're happy to see you, and oh, something to inspect over here, too. What? I can barely see anything. I mean, I see the... something. A bag, or, some baggage. Don't recognize its importance, though, because it's so far away. But I know there's a demon coming, so, which one is this one gonna be? Oh. Okay, so that's, Joseph, then. They're all coming. The whole family's gathering. Something over here to examine. This is not gonna be pleasant. A key. Secret found. The remains of an old grandfather clock. An old key is hidden inside. Not much of a secret, honestly, but okay. I'll take it. What does the key lead to, though? Am I allowed to take it, or what? I guess not, so what's the point of the key, then? If it's not to allow me to unlock anything. Okay. What's this now? Looks like another secret. Letter from Reverend Carson, September 71. Reverend Carson's letter. I thought it was Reverend Carver. A letter from Reverend Carson assuring that Megan's rebellious behavior was not unusual and offering to help with her moral guidance. The letter is dated September 9th, 1971. Reverend Carson was helping to discipline Megan. The Clark family appears to have been happy prior to this tragedy. The family going through a difficult time had a book on how to discipline children. Anthony Clark was saved by the police officers. Family was especially worried about the behavior of their daughter Megan. Oh, Reverend Carson was the reverend during the fire time. Gotcha. Okay. Reverend Leonard Carson, St. David's Church, September 9, 1971. Dear Anne, thank you for your letter regarding Megan. I understand your concerns and assure you that your daughter's rebellious behavior is not unusual. I've helped parents with similar issues and would be happy to help with Megan's moral guidance. Hebrews 12:11 says that all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness. Please see me after the service on Sunday so we can arrange time for some personal instruction. Reverend Carson. I can only wonder how that went, though. Because I don't know if I trust it. Okay, I see absolutely nothing through this. So, is there something I'm supposed to notice here? Because I notice absolutely nothing. I cannot see anything, it's so dark. But what demon is this gonna attract? Which one? Hi! What was your name again back then? I'm sorry, it was, I don't know. I know you're Daniel's double, though, so, don't worry, I recognize you, it's just, I don't quite remember the name you had because your time was so brief in the amount of times that I saw you. Can't open that. Nope, not letting any demons in at this moment. Sorry. Wait, what am I opening here?
What was that?
Gotta be the girl. Let's go find her.
Oh, I hope I didn't miss any. I hope I could come back in case I miss any secrets, though. Probably not.
She's in here.
What the hell?
Stay here.
Oh.
Hey, Bigfoot, mind the goddamn vinyl, will ya?
Andrew, what's going on?
Just let me investigate. Jeez, Mary.
He knows I was about to confess all to the judge.
No,
Will
wait.
you protect me? You must.
Wait, this isn't right. No way.
I assure all gathered here today that our town will be free of the devil's grasp. Together, by God's grace, little hope will prevail. My word on it.
This court is hastily convened, but with good reason. If we are to finally rid ourselves of the evil which has infested Little Hope, then we must act today. I accuse you, Mary, of witchcraft. What say you, Reverend?
The evidence, as discovered through my investigation, is beyond question. Mary uses her puppet as a familiar to summon and serve the devil.
We have been deceived by a child, by her guise of innocence. This puppet was mistakenly used to denounce Tabitha, but it has always belonged to Mary and Mary alone. She allowed her own kin to be executed as she watched in silence.
That is not so. Liar!
Now this tainted child, this creature of Satan has the marrow to accuse me, a man of God, of wrongdoing.
Well, you were the one that executed all those people.
This is crazy.
And now
These
you're
people
trying
have
to
lost
execute.
their freaking minds.
It was never my intention to bring harm to this town or its people. Can you not help me?
What can I do? If I could do something to stop this, I would, but...
Now in her hour of greatest need,
I don't
this
see
child
how.
of the damned pleads once more for the devil's help.
I beg the court's
Abraham.
indulgence. Please guide me at this time.
This
Seek your
belongs to
counsel.
Mary and Mary alone, and it is the devil's
Carver is evil. evil.
We have to stop this. The only madness is right here in this court. Carver, he's the evil one.
We have been swayed by malice. The truth hidden from us, but not by Mary. Reverend Carver is the one urging us to believe in the devil.
Be silent.
This is all
You'll
his
not deceive
doing.
us any longer. Your true purpose is plain to see. I will see this town purged of all evil.
That's
You're messing
it.
this up.
Relationship, Andrew chose to blame Carver for the executions of the innocent people, which he is responsible for because he accused all of them of witchcraft, had them executed, so he's the one to blame in the end.
Carver isn't the one you should be calling out.
He
What
is,
must
though.
I do to bring little hope back into the light? I fear the Reverend and what he is capable of.
You have to stop Carver.
You have to stop Carver. It's him, don't you get it? He's condemning Mary to take the heat off himself.
Andrew advised Abraham that Reverend Carver was the source of real evil in Little Hope, which he is, in fact.
I know what must be done here.
Be still. What is the meaning of this outrage?
What I have just learned sickens me to my core. There are serious questions which must be asked of you.
Indeed. Aha!
How can a man of God conduct himself in such a way? Mary, your suffering is at an end. You are free to leave.
Fool! Misled by a child! Do you not see what she is? The truth stares at you from the depths of hell, yet you see nothing.
It's in your
The
Bible.
devil's daughter has deceived you all. Not me.
Yes, you
I
have.
see her. I see her. Satan's whore. You will pay heavily for your crimes. I was one of the first to fall under your spell. Now all of Little Hope is mesmerized by you.
Projection!
I've not the words.
Andrew influenced his double to defend Mary's innocence and condemn the Reverend. Like, damn, total projection, and also going so far as to call a small 8-year-old child a whore. Wow! If that is just not the worst thing you could possibly do, I mean, aside from executing a bunch of innocent people and condemning them for witchcraft, which you were also doing, yeah, that's pretty fucking bad.
Without you, I would be dead. You saved me. I shall remember you all my days.
Hearing updated. Mary was judged to be innocent and gratefully thanked Andrew for his help.
But I didn't save you.
Wait, what? What do you mean you didn't save her?
You did it. It worked.
It did?
100% you made the right call. That jerk of a priest was the real bad guy.
Aww.
Sure,
Glad
yeah.
you believed in me.
I mean, I should feel great. But I don't. I feel nothing.
Well, we are still in this situation, so
Come on.
you know.
Let's get out of here.
You look pleased. What just happened?
We're all done here.
Bearing updated, Taylor survived the night. Okay, good. Angela survived the night. Oh, thank the gods, I did do it right. Okay, so the choice was what was important in making sure she at least survived. Getting every quick time event right. Yeah, that would have just fucking killed me because that was total bullshit what I was doing with there, but oh, thank the gods. Whew! Okay, and I'm assuming Daniel urged Andrew to leave and let go. Okay, not quite what I was looking for, but okay. Daniel survived the night, and there was also something over here. John refused the offer of a drink from Vince. Well, okay. And John survived the night. Great. And oh. The sun.
Hey!
It returns.
I'm real sorry. I know it wasn't your fault. Both of us been through some real tough time these past years.
Now we get an answer about this.
About half a mile or so, there's a diner with a working phone. You call for help and you leave this place. And don't you ever come back. Ain't nothing left here for you.
Don't worry. Won't be planning on it.
How fucking great does this feel?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm so happy we all made it out of here.
But?
Me too.
My ass is so getting fired tomorrow.
Oh, wait, what?
So?
Oh.
What's the deal now, T?
I don't know, D. But stick around. Let's see what happens.
You all need a serious shower. I mean, and also your wounds treated, but, like, yeah, a lot of stuff needs to be cleaned up.
I'm real sorry for what I've put you all through.
Now we start to understand what's going on with Andrew.
That's gonna haunt me forever.
Anthony.
You're not alone here.
Take it easy on
We've all
yourself.
been through
You know
hell.
that, right?
We're finally getting out of this hell.
Blame yourself.
They're not even there anymore.
I just wish we all could have made it.
We're diverting all traffic through Little Hope. You okay, buddy? You seem a
He's
little
been the bus
confused.
driver the whole time.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to get these folks to where they need to be.
I doubt a short delay will trouble him too much.
Can you imagine them all as his family that he lost?
Can everyone just shut up? This isn't helping us find help or getting us out of here.
Right down.
Hi there. How you doing? Excuse me, but we're looking for our bus driver.
What?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, that's funny. Sounds like you could use a drink.
Better not, thanks. I need to keep a clear head. Anything you can do to help us would be greatly appreciated.
There's no goddamn us.
That explains a lot now.
hell is going on in there?
Get the hell out of here!
I'll go once I look you in the eye. Now let me in! Hey!
I don't think he gets how bad a mess we're in.
Andrew found the bus driver. He was never far away. Forgiveness, strength from within. So...
That's it. Game over. You're done. For now, at least. You could always try again, see if you can get a different result.
Now what is that clapping about?
Congratulations. Your single charge found a way through the guilt, the horror, and came away whole. And you eventually found him. The bus driver. Maybe he can now put the past behind him.
Hopefully. Hope I provided a good story for you, at least. For your collection.
Till we meet again. Maybe in the South Pacific. Or the Arabian Desert. Or somewhere else.
Not on a ship, thanks. Bonus feature unlocked.
But we will meet again. At least one more time.
I mean, I know how Man of Medan worked was not that great. Not impressed by it. Left whole, but kind of torn a little bit because even though everybody survived, kind of a little surreal to see how in the end none of them actually existed, really.
Oh, what is this that I can't see with icy hands takes hold on me? I am death, none can excel. I hold the key to heaven or hell.
Oh, this is the original of that opening.
Death.
Actually was shown it last night, really. So, kinda interesting how we got this then. Anthony, Andrew, Abraham, Will Poulter, James John, Alex Ivanov has said. You can read the rest.
To drop the flesh right off in your frame, the earth and worms both have their claim. Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over for another year? Oh, death, consider my age. Pray do not take me at this stage. My wealth is all at your command, and you but move your icy hand. Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over for another year? Nor age, nor youth, nor silver, nor gold, nothing satisfies me but your soul. The old, the young, the rich, and the poor alike with me will have to go. Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over for another year?
Just the truth. death one way or another. It's just how it ends.
Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over for another year? Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over for another year?
So, I don't really have any ending thoughts to give because this was just beautiful, honestly. It was very... I don't know, I succeeded. I got a pretty... I mean, I succeeded, nobody died, but... just felt so... I don't know. It's like a really good feeling, but also something that could possibly be assumed as a negative, like... empty is the best way I could describe it, because... I mean... I got what I think was the true ending, really. And... nobody died. I saved everybody that I could. But then it just turned out those people that I saved weren't even real. And they just weren't there. But to the bus driver, who was Anthony, I guess they were, because he reimagined them as his family. Just now as his classmates and professor. Probably just thinking about what they would have been like if they were still alive, really. It's just... I don't know if there's really much that I can say about this, like... Damn. What an ending to leave things off. Now, obviously the curator would probably like to pretend that it's just another one of those ending, but I think we all know that pause he had there earlier, it was just him trying to hold back his tears, being like, holy shit, this is a good ending that this person provided. And he achieved it. I am not crying. I would never cry because these emotions are beneath me. I am just here to judge you. And that's the curator. It's that annoying asshole. I know he felt something. I know he did. There's no way he can lie like that, because after all, he is death, and so am I. We know each other. So, you know, he can pretend all he wants. I provided him the most beautiful ending, really. Or, well, at least the biggest twist in the ending. So, honestly, I think, without a doubt, I'm pretty proud of achieving this ending, because I think this is the most canonical one, really. For the reasons I just gave, because through it we learned the most, we got the reality of the situation, and also figured out the bus driver and who he really was, and explanations about Andrew/Anthony. Anthony was there.
You believe in God?
Absolutely not.
I do, but I fucking hate him.
We'll start believing. We are under attack by... I don't know what. You wouldn't believe me even if I tried. Hell, I don't believe it and I was there.
In Sumerian myth, they say the souls of the dead went deep underground to the House of Ashes, where they lived on dust, plagued by the demons of the underworld.
Which underworld, though? House of Ashes. Ooh. Now this is interesting. That had to have been what that premonition was about then, and probably also what the curator meant, salvation and full circle achievements unlocked. Ooh. Probably what the curator meant about an Arabian something. Wonder if that's what this is supposed to take place in. But, also, just wanted to lay down this quick little fact here. Demons, the way that we normally see them, that's not what they really are. demons in actuality, in both, in many different pagan cultures, especially in the Hellenistic faith of the Greek Olympian gods, demons is actually the Greek word for divine messenger, so they are messengers that they could be sent from the underworld, from, say, Hades or Persephone or a few others. They could also be messengers from Mercury or Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, Hera, although I don't know if you really want a messenger from Hera, Aphrodite, from a number of different gods. I mean, demons are not necessarily just limited to hell. Demons are also available for everybody, really. So, well, or at least in the Hellenistic worldview, they can be. It's just, you know, Abrahamists, whenever they interact with a pagan culture, they're just always going to be like, oh, devil stuff, Satan, and all that annoying bullshit, really. Anyway, that is where we're gonna end Little Hope on. I enjoyed this game. A lot, really. I don't know why I got mixed in the last time I saw the page, but I definitely felt pretty satisfied with it. I mean, the quick time events were bullshit, but, like, sometimes. But, you know, that's quick times. They're always just inconveniently bullshit at the worst of times, really. But everybody got out, but then everybody wasn't actually real. And it just turned out that Andrew was the bus driver all along. And it makes sense because he was Anthony that whole time. Andrew and Anthony were just one. That was it. And the doubles, they were amalgamations of his family, so that's why they were similar. But then that leaves a couple of other questions, like, why did they have lookalikes back in the witch trials? Or was that how he was interpreting? Or I don't know, really. I don't know. But it does explain the doubles and why they had their negative personality traits, like we saw with Tabitha. When Taylor got killed by Tabitha, it showed the unlocking of the deceitful trait. Because, like, the demons were meant to represent the worst of their counterparts. So, when you had them face the demons, which is why I decided to have them face the demons, because that was part of their survival, you had them encounter the worst of who they are as a person, and by facing them alone, then you were able to survive and make it past your trials and tribulations and be able to get through. Although Andrew didn't have anything like that, so, but I guess maybe it was just the entire situation that was his trial and tribulation. But yeah, it does leave a few questions, but you know what? In reality, the mystery is the best part of horror, at least in my perspective. It's not about the gore, it's not about the scares. It's about the mystery, the secrets, the hidden knowledge you come across and that you can find. They're the real treasure, really. Could find riches or whatever. Knowledge, however, is always the true treasure. And granted, I didn't necessarily get all of the secrets, or all of the premonitions, I assume. I don't know. Were they supposed to be all in one? Oh, yeah. There is an entire side of premonitions I did not get. Yeah, we got the final premonition, which basically was meant to show the next game. And as for secrets, I definitely think we, missed a few. And, rope, stop. I would very much like to get to the secrets, please. Okay, so how many did we find? We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 50. So let's see. If I had to grade myself, oh, well, damn, I would have had to give myself a C-. But I did find quite a few secrets, so, but I think it does show that I am definitely gonna have to work on my detective skills if I plan on being a sort of investigative personality, which I did intend for, but yeah. But, I mean, that's just kind of the way with skills. you always have to find a way to make them, you can always find ways to improve them, and, find faults in them, and through those faults, you get better once you start paying a little more attention. Bleh, sorry. Anyway, so I guess there's that, although, was there something with the bonus features other than that trailer? I'm curious. Let's take a look, shall we? Hello, Mr. Curator. Oh. Secrets of Little Hope Part 1. Designing the Demons in Interview with Will Poulter. Little Hope Art Book. Although, how did I not get this one? What prevented me from getting this? Was it unlocked by collecting all brass secrets? Unlocked by collecting all silver secrets. And I definitely understood why there was a division. The brass ones were for the witch trial secrets, and the silver ones were for the fire secrets. And unfortunately, I did not collect all of them. Still some things that will be hidden from my gaze, but oh well. It is what it is. I found a good number of them, so I'm pretty satisfied with it. But, again, I'll just have to do better with the next one. And I plan on doing that. So, that'll be where we end it all for today. So, yeah. Watch a short documentary on designing the demons in Little Hope. Flick through some of the artwork from Little Hope. Yeah. I think I will just add, well, why not look through the art book a little bit? See the designs a little bit. Art of Little Hope, page 1 of 13. I could probably use a little bit of a zooming in, if I'm being perfectly honest, because I can't really read this. With a pivotal role in the story, the colonial-style house will have an insanely recognizable form for many, with a presence that immediately conveys a sense of unease. Makes sense. The interior of the house is designed to evoke the 1970s and much classical horror of that period in a family home with a lived-in look and feel. Pockets of light with pools of shadow create uncertainty and unease in Megan's room. Oh, and I don't think I went into Megan's room, did I? Oh, that's how I zoomed in. Okay, well, glad I got that figured out. Anyway. Okay, the house fire is big and dramatic, punctuating the tragedy and providing an explosive end to a shocking opening of the story. Well, definitely did that one, right? The somber color palette of the funeral scene is a stark contrast to the vivid intensity of the house fire that precedes it and creates a bridge between the 1970s and present-day Little Hope. The aftermath of the bus crash introduces the principal characters and illustrates how the accident separated them into two groups. The second one, unfortunately, I did not get for that instance because I was playing alone. The fog itself is a key character in the story, seemingly controlling the journey of the characters, following them and concealing the memories of Little Hope, kinda like a DM. Little Hope is an American ghost town, void of the community that once gave it life. The building evoke this loss of humanity, loneliness, and isolation. This macabre and unnerving effigy is one of the first clues of previous pagan activity in Little Hope, and begins to suggest the theme of witchcraft, which appears to taint the town and surrounding area. So, yeah, that's still some part of it that I guess, I don't know. This image of a young girl dancing around the fire in 17th century attire serves to concert the events of 1692 with those in the 1970s, immediately proposes the witchcraft and witch trials theme. So, very interesting. Further reinforcing the themes of loss and isolation, the skeletal form of the children's playground is a much-used horror trope that serves us well in Little Hope. Definitely did, I can agree. Pagan symbolism is a recurring motif within Little Hope. Many locations contain elements pointing towards the occult and witchcraft, linking it to the town's dark past. Yep, that's about right. Exploration of the long-deserted buildings in Little Hope provides the players with new information about the town's history and possible connections between past and present events. From the outside, the police station appears to be less dilapidated than other buildings. In the search for help and assistance, this creates a small sense of hope. Well, I mean, it's a police station, so I don't know how much hope, but okay. But the interior of the police station reflects the same abandonment seen throughout the rest of the town as hope turns into greater desperation. Good idea. The striking silhouettes and oppressive fog throughout Little Hope's graveyard tends it an appropriately ominous look and feel, synonymous with much of 1970s horror. Continuing the isolation theme in a town populated in the 17th century is supported by the shifting color palette between present day and the historical town. Exterior locations are broadly authentic to those that would be typical to New England across different eras. We added a new camera system to be used where appropriate in all future Dark Pictures games. Inside the museum is a perfect example of how this gave the look a significant advantage. The entirety of the present-day town conveys not only a passing of time, but the distress caused by time and reinforcement of the sense of loss and despair in the narrative. And for this one, every execution links directly to the events of the 1970s. And also the witchcraft trials in the, hundreds of years ago. Not just in method, but in its composition and presentation. The church represents a further refuge that is fast eliminated as a place of safety. The 17th century and present-day incarnations of the church are structurally the same, but dressed appropriate to the time period. A location that's key in the opening prologue conversation between James and Anne is the textile factory, which is now, as James suggested it would be, absent of any industry. The arrival at the burnt-out but recognizable colonial house near the climax of the game is a powerful moment, the closing of a narrative loop that suggests imminent closure. The brutal execution by crushing reflects a genuine historic penalty called peine forte et dure. It was used against those accused of a crime who refused to enter a plea. The house last seen ablaze at the beginning of the story is revisited at the end of the game. Players can investigate the same space, which now has a very different feel. The family house bookends Little Hope's story from a family home to an empty shell. And then we have Angela, and all the other characters, so we see all of her designs, her little jewelry and such. Andrew and his design with his markings, hoodie, colorful shoes. Taylor and all the things she's got for her design. Daniel, his watch. I'm sorry, Daniel, who uses watches. Like, come on, keep up with the times now. John, his rings. And, oh, and then we get Megan and her simple dress, and that's everything. Alright. Okay, well, yeah. I think we'll go ahead and end the video. Oh wait, hold on, we have to get to the design of the demons as well. The interview, I think we'll just save for,
I just saw someone in the woods. Okay, very good. We're freaked. Who's there?
Whoever you are, this isn't funny at all.
The demons are an integral part of the story of Little Hope. It's the crux of a lot of the things that happen, and that informs a large part of what we're doing. The starting point for each of the demons was the style of execution. They're based on a character that gets killed. That then informs how the character behaves, how it moves, how it sounds, and those are all brought together to give us that convincing, terrifying demon.
In order to make convincing demons, you need to ground them in nature. So what we do is we use our understanding of anatomy and our deep understanding of biomechanics and the principles of the way things move and the way things actuate, and we apply this to the demon design. We obviously start with the production design. The production design is a drowned demon. What we need to do then is look for extra reference. We have to look at stuff like autopsies. We'd look at what happens to the skin when it gets exposed to water for a long time. We have to look at creatures from underwater. We look at various types of fish. Loads of images and real-world reference helps, although it's slightly gruesome.
Yeah.
This particular demon we're looking at is the one that's been hung. We didn't want to show the whole of this character, and right from the beginning we said, let's focus on the areas which are the most terrifying. And so the overall silhouette of the character was to be like this twisted rope. Her limbs had coiled, and so we were exaggerating the metaphor of this hanging. 1,000 years of being trailed along the ground, it had worn away her feet, the bones being worn down, the nails being broken off. She'd been in pain for a long time. The most key of all of the elements was the face and how we framed that, and that was that broken, twisted neck, one eye remaining, a tear coming out because it's that last remains of her soul. The noose was digging into her neck, and her tongue is actually so bloated and grown that actually became a feature for us in the game, that tongue actually becomes a grapple to get hold of some of the characters.
To animate a demon, we would start with looking at how they walk or move forward. Some of them are dragging themselves, and then also how they would attack their victims, just flesh out the layout and the choreography of it. Mocap is a big help. Obviously, it's a lot faster than keyframing from scratch. So we decided to use it as a base for some of them, and then we would layer on top of that all the characteristics that bring them to life, even though they're dead.
The Crush Demon in particular was difficult to work with because we weren't able to use motion capture footage. So that is going to be completely hand animated. So that meant we were really starting from scratch. All the other demons, we did use actors' footage. So we have a lot of actors with spikes tied to them, limping across the scene.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
On the Broke Demon, we asked the actor to use various props to try and achieve the sort of movement that we wanted. And I think he did a great job. It was really successful. We've had to, again, add on to that to help with the weight and the believability.
We take our initial cues for the sound of the demons from the visuals, and they look fantastic. But then we have to take the sound of the demons beyond the visuals to give them a really strong otherworldly presence. We need each of the demons to be individually recognizable whilst maintaining that uncomfortable unfamiliarity for the player.
What is that thing?
So at distance you might hear the chains clanking or the vocal screams. But when you get close up to the demons, you hear lots of detail, the cracking of skin, the creak of the chains, the breaths or the sound of the icky vomit. We really want the player to feel the breath through the sound of the demon on their face.
When we're thinking about the camera work for the demons, one thing that was really at the forefront of my mind was trying not to show too much, trying not to lose all restraint, and I think that's a really easy trap to fall into with CG in general, and especially with games that you've got all these monsters that you've built and you've spent a lot of time working on, and it's really easy just to go straight to putting everything on screen. But thinking back to some classic horrors, classic monster movies, a lot of times there the directors had to use a lot of restraint and just show little bits and pieces because they didn't have that kind of budget or that kind of effect to really make it convincing. And there's something about that I really like, that I wanted to bring back to Little Hope. So when I was directing the camera team, I asked them to show little bits, little glimpses, a clawed hand here, a shadow on the wall there, the chains rattling, whatever the key characteristics were of that demon. The interesting thing with that is that I think sometimes your imagination as a viewer fills in the blanks in a far more terrifying way than we really could. So we tried to build up that suspense, working up to this big reveal where you finally see full on in the light this thing that's been hunting you down in all its gross, horrific glory. With the demon scenes, lighting definitely had a key part to play as well. It had to work complementary to what we wanted to do with the cameras, but also there's some very specific things you can do with lighting that really lent itself to this task. So one of the big ones was the use of silhouettes. The demons have really interesting form and really interesting shapes. They're very unusual, you know, these humanoid creatures all distorted, and we wanted to use that without revealing too much. So quite often we tried to use backlighting, or the fog that's present all through Little Hope is a really useful tool for silhouettes, as you can have this nice separation with a brighter background and then have the creature dark in the foreground. It was a nice way to make them feel even more gross than they really were.
The Little Hope narrative is extremely multi-layered, and the demons not only represent the tortured souls of the characters, but they also represent the psychological trauma that humans can obtain through witnessing traumatic events. So when the game opens in the prologue and the main character is witnessing these traumatic events, we underscore this with really strong male Gregorian choir, which we use later in the game when the demons are attacking to really strengthen and reference that psychological trauma with the tormented souls of the characters.
Run! Now!
The
broken demon's the most terrifying because of the way it moves. It's really unsettling because you can't anticipate where it's going to go next. All the limbs are breaking and it's all moving in a really erratic way. So if you were to try and escape from it, you wouldn't know where to go because it might go there or it might go over here. So that's the most terrifying in terms of unpredictability, I suppose, and having a deep effect on your psyche.
Interestingly, when you work at Supermassive, you get immune to horror. That's one thing I've definitely noticed. The powers of horror somehow get lost in me every time I'm watching a horror movie. I don't get so scared anymore just because I see this stuff every day. But doing those demon scenes, I must admit, even watching them back as they were work in progress, it was always like fairly distressing and fairly horrific. So hopefully some of that comes across in the experience for the player too.
Yeah, it did. Chapel death. Okay, I'm not gonna watch the other one because I feel like the video's been long enough, and, I don't know how interviews or videoed interviews will go for the recording, so I think I'm just gonna end the video here. But, yeah, this was a lot of interesting stuff, and, yeah, I think we're good here, so hope you all enjoyed this video. Give a like button a star if you did. Subscribe if you want more death in your life. Be sure the bell is tolling for thee. Until next time, rest in peace. Bye!